right, part 4. As I say, we've got this lovely chord in the chorus. And we've got that line. It goes down to at which point someone goes. And that's the lead into the solo. Do that twice. And Danny plays. Right. Now, I will freely hold my hand up right now and state Danny Johnson is to me one of the greatest rock guitar players of all time. And I constantly find new things in his playing. Nobody wants to go down the road of, who did the two-handed thing first. These live shows are from 1976, and Rick Derringer says when Danny came into the band when he was 19 or 20 years old from Shreveport in Louisiana, which is I think right next to Bainville County, which is where Bonnie and Clyde got gunned down. Quite like to go there. That Danny was doing this two-handed thing. And I think like most guys, he says, I saw a guy in a guitar shop do it and I said, can you show me that? And I believe Steve Hackett did it about 72 or 73 with Genesis. Eddie is probably, Eddie's probably the greatest ever. I don't think anyone's going to touch ever what Eddie Van Halen did with the tapping thing. But again, in this, you've got this note that you hear and think, how did he play that? So, the band has stopped going. They've stopped it. The band in it. I love that, by the way. Just kick ass. Just kick it out. And Danny has the solo that Rick played with a voice box on the original All American Boy. But since I'm referencing Live in Cleveland, first half is Danny, second half is Rick. You can spend many a happy evening, and me and the Bad Bear do it all the time, with a few beers, headphones on, just listening to who plays what. You can do the same with Lou Reed's Rock and Roll Animal for Steve Hunter and Dick Wagner. It's a lot of fun, right? So, Danny's solo. Danny Johnson seemed to just think slightly different, and a lot of times he played in conventional frameworks, but if in Sailor, he played that. Quite often hear him play that. Never heard either of them before in anything else. But back to Teenage Love Affair. Danny starts his solo with what you might call an A minor 7th arpeggio. That's what he starts with. But the G is leads into that phrase. So your dilemma, if we can call it that, is how we're going to get to that E. Now I've tried it a lot of places on the board. If you go, you've got your first finger anchored there in the E, you're not going to get that up to G. If you go there, it's hard. And there's a little jump of fingers. I'm using my second one to do the bend. So for me, the best place to play it is there. So we're going from the second fret, the A, C, E, and then push it. Then you'll have to do a jump, but it's only one jump. I'm going to do it. Right, I'm going to go down to that. So slightly chromatic E, E flat D, down to C. Then there's one of these pause for breath. And Danny plays that. lines, right? So that's A, G, A. Then he plays that line again, but he goes, right, that just absolutely kills me. For a while, I used to think, well, maybe that's a... You bend the C note and then play a high A, but I think what he does is still in the 5th position, and then so what we're doing there is we're bending the C note and then tapping on the 15th fret, the G, and getting this high A note. And then pulling it down, fret C, and then I let you just this little kind of kick-ass, snarly Danny Johnson lick. And it ends with one of these lines where he plays. That's what he plays on that album. Very slightly, but I mean, honestly, if you want a boy to play their lines night after night the same, he is your guy. So this is like... We're going down like a 5-note scale and end it. That would be the end of his solo, and the lead into Rick's would be... And this time Danny's going and playing the rhythm behind Rick's solo. But when that happens, Danny plays. There's Rick's solo, right? It kind of sounds like a harmonic, like, you know, like that. But I think he doesn't have to play the chord. I think Rick plays. So Danny go down an octave, and then we're into Rick's solo, right? So far we've had a little leading about the song, the intro chords, the magic chord, the D with the sharp bass, in the chorus, and Danny Johnson's absolutely mesmerising solo. We're now into Rick's.